So you predict that President Trump will meet face-to-face?
Unquestionably, there has to be that kind of face-to-face interview. The timing is important because the special counsel needs to have as many facts and as much evidence before he has that face-to-face interview with the President of the United States.
So when might that happen?
My view is it will probably happen sometime this year. We're going to have more convictions. There have been 2 already, and more indictments.
How do you know that there's going to be more?
I think that the evidence accumulating against individuals within the White House, within the administration, the mounting evidence of obstruction of justice that's public, and we have no idea all of what is available to the special counsel. Plus, there'll be a trial. In the Manafort case, almost certainly that will be revelatory as to additional facts.
Who else might be indicted?
At this point, speculation is pretty hazardous, but the people around the president who have been involved, for example, in his writing a misleading and deceptive statement on Air Force One returning from Europe about his son's meeting with foreign agents, describing that meeting as having to do only with Russian adoption, when clearly its purpose was to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. Who participated in that meeting? Who knew about its falsity? That's the kind of individual who may have exposure.
So, but when you say exposure, that means that Don Jr., Hope Hicks, and what would the indictment be for?
The indictment could be for obstruction of justice. There is obvious exposure on money laundering, involvement of Deutsche Bank and Jared Kushner in those transactions. But to take Donald Trump Jr., we're writing today, Senator Whitehouse and I, asking for the Glenn Simpson interview to
one of the
be
founders
made
of Fusion
public.
GPS, who testified in front of your committee?
He was interviewed in our committee.
But behind closed doors.
Doors.
Why do you want that to be made public?
The American people have a right to know exactly what Glenn Simpson told us, and that's just a start. They also have a right to know what Donald Trump Jr. told us. And I will tell you, Allison, as a former prosecutor, I have looked very carefully and closely at the Glenn Simpson interview and the Donald Trump Jr. interview, and the most profound and pressing questions come out of that Donald Trump Jr. interview.